Yes, you are.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to call this meeting of the County of Haliburton Land Division Committee to order at 1:01. My name is Bob Snyder, and I'll be serving as Deputy Chair for today's meeting, as the committee's chair, Liz Danielson, is unable to attend. I'd like to introduce you to the other members of the committee: Tammy McKelvey, Councillor at Large for Minden Hills; Pat Kennedy, Public Member for Dysart et al.; and Bill Donald, Public Member representing the County of Haliburton. Also joining us today are members of county staff, including Director of Planning, Elizabeth Purcell, who will be acting as our Deputy Secretary Treasurer today. We acknowledge that this meeting is being held in accordance with both the Planning Act and the Municipal Act. We begin by respectfully acknowledging that the County of Haliburton is located on Treaty 20 Michi-Sagi territory and in the traditional territory of the Michi-Sagi and Chippewa Nations, collectively known as the Williams Treaties First Nations. We acknowledge a shared presence of Indigenous nations throughout the area and recognize its original inhabitants as the stewards of lands and waters since time immemorial. Are there any disclosures of pecuniary interest or conflict of interest for today's agenda? Seeing none, we'll proceed with the agenda. May I have a motion to adopt the agenda as circulated? Moved by Member Kennedy, seconded by Member Donald. All in favor?
Oh, sorry, I have to read the motion. My apologies. Be it resolved that the December 8th, 2025 Land Division Committee agenda be hereby approved.
All in favor? Any opposed? No. Motion is carried. The next item is the adoption of the minutes from the Land Division Committee held on November 10th, 2025. May I have a mover and a seconder? Moved by Member McKelvey, seconded by Member Kennedy.
Be it resolved that the minutes of the Land Division Committee meeting held November 10th, 2025 be approved as printed and circulated.
All in favor? The motion is carried. Thank you. We will now proceed with the hearing of the applications under the Planning Act. For each file, staff will provide a summary of the application and their recommendation. Committee will then have an opportunity to ask questions of staff to gain a broader understanding of the application. The applicant or agent will then have a chance to speak, followed by any members of the public wishing to comment. Each participant will be provided 5 minutes to speak to the committee and respond to questions raised. Following any submissions related to the application, the committee will deliberate and make decisions, which may be subject to appeal as provided under the Planning Act. The first application on the agenda are file numbers H3725 and H3825 for a lot additions to adjoining lands under legacy. I now invite Elizabeth Purcell, Director of Planning, to present the staff report.
Thank you, Deputy Chair Snyder. Just a point of clarification, there was an error in that script. It's actually applications 36 and 37. And I will share my screen momentarily. Okay, I trust everyone can see the slides. The subject lands are located on Wren Lake Drive on the east side of Wren Lake in the township of Algonquin Highlands, close to the western border of the county. And they are not currently municipally addressed, but are legally described as part of Lot 12 Concession A in the geographic township of Sherburne. The lands are designated rural in the county official plan, waterfront in the township official plan, and zoned shoreline residential 2. The purpose and effect of these applications is to divide the subject lands essentially in half and add one half of each to the abutting properties on either side, resulting in the reduction of one shoreline lot and increasing the size of the two currently legal non-conforming shoreline lots on either side. Specifically, approximately 2,043 square meters of lot area and just over 30 meters of frontage would be conveyed to each abutting property, resulting in a new lot area of just over 5,200 square meters and 81.5 meters of frontage for the lot to the east on Toffee Lane, and 4,270 square meters of area with just over 74 meters of frontage for the lot to the west on Wren Lake Drive. All three lots as existing are currently deficient from a zoning perspective, and should the applications be approved, the resultant lots would now conform to the Shoreline Residential 2 zone that's currently applied to the properties. The Township of Algonquin Highlands Council endorsed the application subject to conditions. Bell Canada provided comments stating no concerns, and no comments were received from the public or other agencies. Accordingly, staff recommend that the applications be approved subject to the conditions outlined in the staff report, and I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have at this time on the applications.
Are there any questions from members of the committee? Seeing none, I'll now invite the applicants, Deborah and Timothy Legacy, to speak to the application if they wish.
Hello?
Hello,
Hello?
we can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay, sorry. It's been a long time since I did a Zoom meeting. Yes, did you have any questions for me?
No, I don't see the committee has any questions.
Okay, yeah, I thought that it would just be a straightforward application. Awesome. Okay, yeah, we unfortunately, 25 years ago when we purchased the property, we were never told at that time that if two lots go together with the same name, they automatically join. Or else we would have purchased them a different way back then, right? So we just found that out recently that two lots, so that's what happened. So then when we applied for a building permit, we got there and we found out that there were the wrong two lots. We go, this is all one lot now because your names are on both those lots. So that's why we're splitting it. That's the only information I can give you.
Okay, thank you.
I don't know why the lawyer didn't advise me of that back then, but oh well.
Is there anyone else in attendance who wishes to speak in support or opposition to the application?
I didn't think we were going to be first. My wife was just going to pick up our eldest granddaughter from school, so she might not be back for 5 or 10 minutes. So I guess it's okay. We're good. You guys seem good with it. I'm ecstatic anyway that it was approved by you guys. So I'm okay, I guess, for you guys to move on, I guess.
Okay, well, thank you, Mr. Legacy. We'll continue with the process here. And we'll ask the committee in a minute to approve conditionally.
Okay.
Bob, I have one question from Elizabeth, if I could.
Yes, go ahead.
Elizabeth, if I understand what the applicant just mentioned, is this creating two lots from one lot?
No, it's creating basically we're taking 4 lots and they're going to be made into 2 giant lots. Basically what will happen in the end.
Thank you. Elizabeth, do you want to respond?
Yes, thank you, Deputy Chair Steiner. Currently, our system shows that the center lot is 1 lot, and there are 2 lots, 1 lot on either side that are all owned by either Deborah Legacy or her partner. And the intent is to go down to 2 lots in total. Based on the information that we have, there would be 3 lots, so there is a even split down the middle, adding to each lot. So it's going from 3 to 2 in our system, and based on the reference plans that we have on file.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any further questions? If there's no further comments, may I have a motion with respect to this application? Moved by Member McKelvey, seconded by Member Donald.
That the Land Division Committee of the County of Haliburton received the report related to applications for consent H3625 and H3725, and that the Land Division Committee for the County of Haliburton grant provisional approval of application for consent H36 and H37 2025, subject to the conditions of approval. Member Kennedy,
Yes.
Member Donald,
Yes,
Member McKelvey,
Yes.
and Deputy Chair Snyder.
Yes. The application is approved, subject to the conditions outlined in the staff report and as may have been amended by the committee. Thank you, Mr. Legacy. The next application on the agenda is file number 38 for the creation of a leasehold in Harcourt Park for Corrigan. I'll invite Elizabeth to present the staff report, please.
Thank you. The subject lands are located at 1141 Straggle Lake Drive in the municipality of Dysart. The lands are designated rural in the county official plan and waterfront areas in the Dysart official plan, and are zoned waterfront residential rural type 4L1 in the Dysart zoning bylaw. As the existing cottage and frame shed are wholly located on the shoreline road allowance abutting the existing leasehold parcel, the applicants purchased the shoreline road allowance that abuts the subject lands. To reflect the new lot configuration, the applicants have applied to create a new leasehold parcel in Harcourt Park. As leases in Harcourt Park exceed 21 years, a consent application is necessary to establish it. In detail, the existing lease applies to the lands in purple on the screen and have an area of 1,811 square meters with 31.8 meters of frontage abutting the shore road allowance. The new leasehold is reflected as green on the plan and would have an area of 2,480 square meters with a frontage of 33.3 meters on Straggle Lake. The application doesn't facilitate the creation of new lots or uses. The proposal conforms to the county and Dysart official plans and complies with zoning. And with such, Dysart Council endorsed the application subject to conditions and no other comments were received. So accordingly, staff recommend that the application be approved subject to the conditions outlined in the staff report. Happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Are there any questions from the committee for Elizabeth? None seen or heard. Is Greg Bishop with us? I understand he may want to present.
Yes, he is.
There we go. Can everybody hear me?
yes,
Go ahead, Mr. Bishop.
Yeah, can you hear me all right?
yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. The only small twist to this one was we found that the frame dwelling to the north actually its eave encroached onto both the shore road allowance and part of the lot in concession. So the current lease actually takes that in, and this new creation of this new lease will actually take out a meter around that building to allow in the future for that building to gain a lease over the lands if they ever decide to close their shore allowance, and that new lease can be created in the future if need be. Other than that, it's a straightforward application of simply recreating the lease that includes the shore road allowance.
Thank you. Are there any questions for Mr. Bishop from the committee? None seen. Is there anyone else that would like to speak to the application?
I don't believe so.
Okay. Thank you. If there's no further questions, and there's no further comments, may we have a motion with respect to this application? Member Kennedy, moved by Member Kennedy, seconded by Member Donald.
That the Land Division Committee of the County of Haliburton receive the report related to application for consent H 3825, and that the Land Division Committee for the County of Haliburton grant provisional approval of application for consent H 3825, subject to the conditions of approval. Member Donald?
Yes.
Member McKelvey?
Yes.
Member Kennedy?
Yes.
And Deputy Chair Snyder.
Yes. The application is approved, subject to the conditions outlined in the staff report and as may have been amended. Thank you, Mr. Bishop. I think you're up again for the next application. The next application on the agenda is file number H39 for the creation of leasehold in Harcourt Park for Weston. I'll invite Elizabeth to present.
Thank you. The subject lands are located at 1422 Allen Lake Drive in Dysart. They're designated as rural lands in the county official plan, waterfront areas in the Dysart official plan, and zoned waterfront residential type 4L1. As the existing cottage is partially located on the shoreline road allowance abutting the existing leasehold parcel, the applicants purchased the shoreline road allowance back in 2017 that abuts the subject lands. To reflect the new lot configuration, the applicants have applied to create a new leasehold parcel in Harcourt Park. And as again, Harcourt Park has leases in excess of 21 years, so a consent application is necessary. In detail, the existing lease applies to lands having an area of approximately 1.6 hectares with approximately 203 meters of frontage on the abutting shore road allowance. The new leasehold is reflected in red on the plan on the screen and would have an area of 2.23 hectares with a frontage of 223.8 meters on Allen Lake. As the application doesn't facilitate the creation of new lots or uses, the proposal conforms to the county and Dysart official plans and complies with zoning. Dysart Council endorsed the application subject to conditions. No other comments were received, and accordingly, staff recommend that the application be approved subject to the conditions outlined in the staff report. Stop sharing.
Thank you. Are there any questions from members of the committee for staff? Seeing none, I'll invite Greg, the agent for the applicant, to speak to the application.
Thank you, Mr. Snyder. This one is a bit unique. This is actually a reapplication from 2015. And that application actually expired before the lease got taken up properly, as Elizabeth has just given you there. The neighbor to the north wanted to gain a bit of the property from Mr. Weston, this Mr. Hiram to the north, and H3916 for Mr. Hiram was taken up. So we have an overlap actually in leases here right now. And the reason it got picked up is, of course, Harcourt Park right now is going through the process of putting pins on all of their leases in Harcourt Park. And these actually didn't go through the conversion from the old registered land titles because of the overlap in the two leases. So we've got a situation where and a little more history there. The road allowance closing didn't happen fast enough. We only had back then you only had a year to take up your conditions. The road allowance didn't happen. Closing didn't happen fast enough. And unfortunately, Mr. Weston lost his 1 year period there. Not found out again until the bin conversion started here in the last couple of years, and so that's why the reason for this application is to straighten up title and after this is approved and provisional consent and all the conditions are met, then the lawyer can then correct title and the pins can be created for the two separate lots with a common line between the two.
Okay, thank you. Are there any questions from the committee for Mr. Bishop? None seen. Is there anyone else that would like to speak to the application?
Don't believe so.
Thank you. If there are no further comments, may I have a motion to receive for this application? Moved by Member McKelvey, seconded by Member Donald.
That the Land Division Committee of the County of Haliburton receive the report related to application for consent H 3925, and that the Land Division Committee for the County of Haliburton grant provisional approval of application for consent H 3925, subject to the conditions of approval in the staff report. Sorry, that's my job. Member McKelvey?
Yes.
Member Kennedy?
Yes.
Member Donald?
Yes.
And Deputy Chair Snyder?
Yes. The application is approved, subject to the conditions outlined in the staff report. Thank you, Mr. Bishop.
Thank you all.
The next application on the agenda is file number H40 for an addition to adjoining lands. I'll invite Elizabeth to present the staff report.
Thank you. The subject lands are located at 1739 Growler Lake Drive in the municipality of Dysart. The lands are designated as rural lands in the county's official plan, and waterfront areas, rural areas, and environmental protection in the Dysart official plan. And they're zoned waterfront residential type 4L and environmental protection in the Dysart zoning bylaw. The purpose of the application is to convey a lot addition having an area of approximately 3.19 hectares, as shown in red on the screen, to the subject property to the west. The retained lot would have an area of 3.44 hectares and just under 104 meters of frontage on Bat Lake. The benefiting lot would increase from the existing 3.83 hectares to just over 7 hectares and maintain its existing 173 meters of frontage on Bat Lake. The proposal doesn't create any new lots, and there would be ample lot area to accommodate any potential environmental features that exist on the subject lands, which are generally located in this area from Claxon Lake to the north. And accordingly, it's staff's opinion that the proposal conforms to the county's and Dysart official plans. And it's recommended that the application be approved, subject to the conditions in the staff report.
Thank you. Are there any questions from members of the committee for staff? Member Kennedy?
Yeah, just clarify the jagged property line, that just reflects the stream bed coming down from Claxon Lake. Would that be reasonable assumption? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Are there any other questions from committee? Is there anyone that wishes? Oh, I see it's Andreas Hulis. If I have that wrong, please correct me. Would like to speak to the application.
No, there's no one here to speak.
No one here.
I
Thank
was
you.
just going to say, it doesn't appear that they made it on the call.
Is there anyone else that on the call that would like to speak to the application?
I don't believe so.
Nope. Thank you. Just, are there any final questions for staff from the committee? If none, may I have a motion with respect to this application? Member Kennedy, moved by Member Kennedy, seconded by Member McKelvey.
That the Land Division Committee of the County of Haliburton received the report related to application for consent H4025, and that the Land Division Committee for the County of Haliburton grant provisional approval of application for consent H4025, subject to the conditions of approval. Member Kennedy,
Yes.
Member Donald,
Yes.
Member McKelvey,
Yes.
and Deputy Chair Snyder.
Yes. The application is approved, subject to the conditions outlined in the staff report. And that is the end of our applications for today. Written notice of the committee's decision for all applications heard today will be provided in accordance with the Planning Act. There's a 20-day appeal period following the date of decision, during which any prescribed person or public body may appeal to the Ontario Land Tribunal. Are there any other items of business for discussion today? Member McKelvey.
Just a comment, Elizabeth, when your first sheet goes up on the screen when you're doing the summary, a lot of them have the wrong township on them for the official plan. It would, be
Okay.
it would be in Dyser, but your thing said Highlands East or Linden Hills but I just wanted to point that out, that just to watch that in the future. There's about, I think there was at least 3 of them.
Okay, thank you for catching that.
No
I think I updated the details, but not the headings. So
Yeah,
that was my oversight for sure.
no problem.
Any
Uh,
other items?
I would just like the committee to know that we currently have no applications for January. However, I have said that before, and then we've got a bunch. So keep you posted, but as present, we don't have any applications for the January meeting. Applications would need to be in before the holiday break to meet the circulation deadlines, just with office closures and notification requirements per the Planning Act. So we'll know by end of next week, I believe, if there will be a January meeting. And I will advise committee if there is not before the holiday break.
Thank you. And if there is a meeting, it is scheduled for January 12th. Is that all right with everybody? Good. If there's no further business, may I have a motion to adjourn the meeting? Moved by Member Donald. Seconded by Member Kennedy.
Be it resolved that the December 8th, 2025 Land Division Committee meeting be hereby adjourned.
All in favor? The motion is carried. The meeting is adjourned.
Enjoy the
Thank you,
holidays,
everyone.
everyone.
Yep. Have a great holiday,
Yep,
folks.
have a good holiday.
And be
Thank you,
safe.
Elizabeth.
Thank you.
Bye now.
A great holiday break.